Good morning, BlueHat India. Thanks for being here. I'm very excited to be here. Last year was the first year of BlueHat India. This year, as you saw, was the first year we did this zero-day quest that I'll talk about in a little bit. But I kind of wanted to get a gauge for who all is here. So maybe you could raise your hand and tell me which category of folks that you fall into. So how many people here are breakers? So you might be a pen tester, a red teamer, somebody doing security research. Yeah, awesome. We need you. We need to find those vulnerabilities. How many of you are defenders? So you might work in the SOC, do some response capabilities. Awesome. And then how many of you are builders? So you're building systems, protecting folks, maybe you're building security products. All right. And then how many of you are maybe not doing security full time, but you're interested and you're here to learn and explore and all that? Great, welcome, glad you're here. And then finally, how many of you are threat actors? Can't see. Okay, so maybe it's not so easy. Can't just ask who's a threat actor and find out. That's why we spend a lot of energy to figure that out. In my closing remarks of the day, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But unfortunately, we didn't identify any threat actors in the room today. So you just saw a video about zero-day quest. And so Microsoft has a conference called Ignite in November, where our CEO, Satya, announced this in-person live hacking event, the largest in the industry. And the way that we did that is we had 3 different phases. We had a qualifying phase, where we said people that have been submitting vulnerability reports throughout the year, some of you are automatically qualified. Others can find new vulnerabilities during this qualifying period, and you'll be part of the on-site event. Then we unleashed a series of challenges leading up to that on-site event. Many people in the community are interested in capture the flag. And so a lot of times these capture the flag events are simulations, right? Somebody builds intentionally a system that has vulnerabilities in it, and then people are asked, hey, can you go and find this flag? And so in those situations, it's kind of a puzzle. You know there's a solution. We did a little bit of a different take on that. We said, we're going to plant some flags in our production systems that do not intentionally have vulnerabilities in them, and can you capture the flag and send us that flag? And if you do, and you're the first one, we will pay you bonus money. And it was really exciting to see many people do that. We issued these challenges on a Friday night, and the security community loves late nights and weekends, and they really delivered there. And then the final phase was the on-site event. And the on-site event was really something special. It was a mix of people coming together from all around the world and doing some live hacking, some let's try to find bugs, collaborating with other people, the other researchers. But we intentionally held it on Microsoft's campus because that allowed not just MSRC to collaborate with the researchers, but we were able to bring in the product teams. So if you found the vulnerability in SharePoint, those folks are in buildings right nearby, and so we could say, hey, there's a really interesting vulnerability. Why don't you not just take a look at that vulnerability, but talk to the people that found it, understand the mindset. And then the researchers were able to go and say, okay, how does this product work? Can you help me learn a little bit more so that I can continue my quest and find additional vulnerabilities? And so it's that bi-directional information exchange that I think really makes events like Zero Day Quest and BlueHat special. So all in all, we had many people qualify. We had over 100 people qualify for the event. There are 3 people here today that were qualifiers and participated in the event. And so that was Niraj, Ashish, and Antu. If you're here, they have special zero-day quest shoes on, so you might be able to identify them and say thank you. We had over 600 submissions, And these were really huge impact scenarios, and it was a great partnership. So hopefully I've gotten you kind of interested and excited about this. We're going to do it again. And the way that you can qualify is to start submitting vulnerability reports now to MSRC, because we use those vulnerability reports that have been submitted throughout the year as a way to qualify people. And we do focus on cloud and AI as the primary areas. And so MSRC, the Microsoft Security Response Center, our mission is to protect customers, Microsoft, and the global community. And this is really only possible with the support of the security community. That's why we have this event here in person. It's a 50-50 mix of Microsoft people and people from other companies. And we really love the community. We want to see the interactions. That's why this is an in-person event as opposed to a bunch of videos online. So please take time today, not just to watch the presentations, but to talk to each other. We have a dinner later today. There are villages and other opportunities for you to not just see information, but to really build relationships and friendships. So now I'd like to welcome to the stage David Weston. He's the Corporate Vice President of Operating System Security at Microsoft. He has been very involved in Windows and other aspects of security throughout his time. He's been working on it for over 15 years. One of the really cool things about David is he's super energetic, but he also really wants to get into the details. And so I've had the pleasure of partnering with him on many things. Today, he's going to provide a great presentation and some fresh content that's going to be the first time he's talking about it here at BlueHat India. So please welcome to the stage David Weston.